What's good, y'all? This video is about to be super raw and I'm about to get vulnerable. So if you're not ready for that, then you might want to click off the video and click the Mr. Beast one down there. But to get started, please, man, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, show your boy some support. All right. But I wanted to talk about it's okay to be alone sometimes. But I brought out some of my artwork. I'm gonna be revealing it. Just add a little bit more spice into the video and to make it a little bit more interesting for y'all. So to get started, let me show you guys this one. You might recognize this face right here. Yeah. These are the pictures I made in 2025, except for one of them. I made it in late 2024, but this is my 2025 art portfolio that I'm gonna be revealing to y'all. So this is the first one that I wanted to show you. It's my self-portrait. I made it while I was in class. All right, but to get started with the lesson, it's okay to be alone sometimes because this entire summer, I've spent like 90% of my time alone. I haven't really been around too many people. I still talk to my friends and I still hang out with them from time to time, but they're not my main circle that I spend all my time with. And online I see people saying that they can't spend time alone or they're like afraid to just be alone with themselves, but really I felt the opposite this entire summer. This entire summer I've learned so much about myself, and that is just from me being alone. Because when I'm alone, that's the time that I actually learn the most about myself, and it's the time that I actually move the fastest towards my goals. I'm in college, and when I'm in college, I'm surrounded by people 24/7. And what being around people 24/7 does is it brings up a lot of noise into your head, and it kind of takes away from your ability to really just zone in on something that you really want to do and focus on your goals and solely you. Because when there's everybody around you, then there's so much things pulling you. There might be one person pulling you this way, might be one person pulling you that way, and you don't really know what to do because you just want to follow around what everybody else is doing. But just being alone, you don't even have that voice anymore. You don't have anything pulling you. So the only direction that you're gonna go is where your feet are gonna want to take you. And I've seen that I've been moving towards a direction of just doing what I want to do. This is making videos, making artwork. I've been putting a lot of my time into just painting. And it's something that I really enjoy doing. I noticed that I don't really need to be around other people all the time. It's okay to take a break. All right, but here is the next photo. This one right here. And I used blue cloth on this one. I just went for a blue theme and I painted the lady. This was actually a really quick one that I painted. I made her in I did it on live and I finished her in like 1 hour. And that's one of the fastest times that it took me to paint a person. Before it took me like 8 hours to paint a face, but this really shows how much practice can bring you. Now my goal is trying to get to I want to paint people in 15 minutes. I know it sounds crazy, but I know that is possible if I just put my mind to it. But the way how I start off, I start off with just the underpainting, just getting the sketch of the lips, the nose, the eyes, and all of that. And after that, I go into the shadows and then the light parts. And you can see kind of as I layered on, I went from darkest to lightest. So that is how I paint. And this is how you can paint pretty quickly too. It's a good style to learn if you want to paint faster than you are now. But this is one of my most recent ones. It's not my most recent one, but it's more recent than a lot of my other ones. All right, and on to the next one. But yeah, as I was saying, you don't really have that much distractions around you, and that's a good thing for me. Some people might not enjoy just spending time by themselves or just in solitude. They think that it's scary. They don't really want to be alone with their thoughts. But sometimes those thoughts are there to really bring you down to reality. Sometimes you might be thinking something, it might be trying to pull you to a better direction, because our bodies know what's best for us. And when we're always distracting it with what other people are saying or what they're trying to pull us in to do, then we don't have any space for that voice in our heads anymore. We might be doing the best for us, but we just keep on distracting ourselves. So that is what I've learned from being alone this summer. And I've also built up better habits too. I'm getting back into running. I wasn't really running that much when I was in school. What else? I've been going to the gym consistently, and also my diet. My diet is weird because when I'm around other people, I just eat what they are eating, and we are going out a lot. And now I just eat homegrown stuff. I just eat natural foods, and I'm about to hop on some natural juices too, because I heard that is really good for you, and I really want to focus on my health. So here's the next photo. This one, I made it at the beginning of the summer, and this is one of my more favorite ones because of the warmth of the color. It's kind of contrasted by the coolness of the green in the background, so the lady just pops out to your face. And I used the cloth on this one too. I cut up a bag and I glued it on there with some super glue, and I used it up on the flower on her head right here. So this one, I don't have a name for her. Maybe you could come up with a name for her in the comments, and I'll add that to the picture. I'll put it on the back right here. I'll put the name that anybody comes up with. So this is one of my most favorite ones that I've made. All right. And now let's move into something bigger. This one I actually made it in 2024. Yeah, late 2024. But I just want to show it to you guys because it kind of matches the theme of this video with the Afghan cloth. Oh, yeah. This is my big piece that I made, the first big one that I made. Everything else before this was small, but I had to get out of my comfort zone just to make this one. And yeah, just getting out of your comfort zone. When you're an artist, you need to get out of your comfort zone. You can't just stick to the same styles. You can't just stick to the same thing 24/7, because when you stick to the same thing, there's no growth. And growth is supposed to be painful. I've gone through a lot of growth, and I don't remember a time that growth didn't give me any sort of pain, because that pain that you get from growth is gonna callous you. And then every time that you go through situations like it again, you're already used to it, so you don't really feel the pain of growth anymore. That is what I think growth is. But this is one that I made. I actually came up with a name for this one. I called it African Queen. I think it just matches the whole photo with the gold and the lady and the royalty of it. All right. And over here is another photo that I made. This. I don't have a name for this one either, but you can come up with something. And I made a TikTok of this one, just like a speed painting. It was kind of satisfying to make it just going freely. All right. And now let's move on to some of the big pieces right here. You guys are probably waiting for this one. All right. Now, before I show you this really big one right here, I want to go back to the first point that if you're alone right now, it's not a bad thing. Okay, you're not going to be alone forever. You just need to use this time to really focus on whatever you want to do and focus on what's best for you. If you're alone, start up good habits. Don't fall into bad habits when you're alone. If you need accountability, find somebody who's gonna keep you accountable. This can be your family, this can be your best friend, all right? And you don't need a super big circle. I have like 2 or 3 people that I call my like best friends. Those are my really close circle. I know a lot of people and I'm friends with a lot of people, but I have just one tight-knit circle with people that I've been friends with since elementary school. that just shows you how far back we go. So whenever I need something, that's the people that I go to. I don't just go to anybody, but he's the one that I can always trust with anything that I tell him. He's the one that I can trust with anything that we do together. So just use this time to really level yourself up, because when you're around everybody else and there's so much noise, it's harder for you to just focus on anything that you want to do and the direction that you want to go. But I found that I'm moving so much faster this summer ever since I just been in solitude. All right, so that is just making paintings. That's the reason why I'm even able to make things like this. And my main goal is just to spread a positive message out to the world. I'm trying to inspire people to really just go out there, do what you love, because nobody can stop you from doing what you love. All right, go out there, dream big. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter how young you are. It doesn't matter what anybody says to you. You can do anything that you put your mind to. And I'm going to show you that, because I am a young person and I'm able to do this stuff myself. All right, and this is only the beginning. This is not my end goal. I'm trying to get to the highest place that I can get to. All right, and you need to believe that to yourself too. You need to believe that you can do anything, that you are the best person that you know. All right, don't have any self-limiting beliefs on your head, because the only limits you'll have are the ones that you place on yourself. Okay, so here's one piece that I made. I just practiced on painting water, and I hope that it can fit in the full frame. I don't know how far out it goes, but here's the picture. And I used a reference. Yeah. I used a reference. This is a African model. I really just wanted to paint the skin because it's such a unique model. You understand? I never seen anybody with like such a unique look to them, and it really is beautiful. I think the guy is beautiful, so I wanted to just paint it. I couldn't just stop myself from painting him. All right, but this is one of my most favorite pictures that I made, and I made this in 7 days. I had to challenge myself to paint every single day, just grind on this for the full 7 days. And just like I said, this is where the pain of growth comes in, because this was the time that I really grew a lot, just mentally. This is the painting that I faced the most mental growth, because it really showed me how consistency can be painful and what you can really get out of it. And being consistent, it just does so much for you, because you grow twice as fast when you're consistent than if you do one weekend and then you take one week out and then you go right back the next week. Going at it every single day is really going to test who you are, and it's going to test how strong you are mentally. So this really just showed me who I am. It showed me that I can do it if I just don't give up. And I really felt like giving up during this painting, even like in the middle stages where I felt like I wasn't going to be able to finish it in 1 week. That's the time that I really felt like giving up. But I told myself that I can't give up now. And if I give up, then those self-limiting beliefs will come true. And I can't let that come true. So that's the reason why I was able to push through and grind through the painting. So that is what I learned with this picture. Let me show it one more time. I hope you can see it. But yeah, that is it. And now the last painting. This is the last painting now. This one is not completely finished yet, but I just need to add one last touch. Alright, this is it. Yep. I just wanted to try a new style. I wanted to get like a real nice pop comic art look with this, because the African style, I want to apply it to like so much different places. Like I might even paint a Mona Lisa and put the African clothes on her just to make it my own style. But this is one that I'm working on right now. I'm almost done with it. I only need to put the gold on the earrings right here, and I'll be done with it completely. And I'm gonna add some paint that glows in the dark on her, so that it can be like a little cool effect. But apart from that, yeah, I also have to paint the edges green. I used acrylic on this one. All my other pictures that I showed you, I used oil paint, because oil paint is my favorite one to use. And I'm just trying to like widen my base with my mediums that I can use. But yeah, that is my artwork that I've made so far. I have some upstairs, but those are from earlier. Those might not be 2025. Those are like 2024, late 2024. But yeah, that is the message that I wanted to share with you today. It's okay to be alone sometimes. Just work on yourself in this time that you have. All right. And people are always going to be there. Your family's going to be there for you. Spend time with your family. All right. But you don't always need to be surrounded by noise. And when you're surrounded by noise, then it kind of distracts you from really who you are and where you want to go. All right, so I want to thank you all for watching this video. Again, I want you to hit that subscribe button and support your boy. And let me know if you want more videos like this coming out soon, and I'll try to make some more for y'all. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.